Welcome everyone, today we have a special Necromancer guide. Yes, over here I want to present to you guys one of the fastest Necromancer leveling guide, and you'll be playing with over 20 summons. And this will be one of the best, okay I'll stop them running. This will be one of the best guide to help you level your Warlock Necromancer or any Necromancer in the game super fast. Now if I have a look at some of my previous recordings, this build is extremely good from level 1 all the way up to level 80, level 90. And I'll have the entire build guides with variations without using any unique items. So if you guys are starting up the game as Necromancer or playing an auto count as Necromancer, this can be incredibly fast to play any Necromancer in the game for Season 1. And this will be the best transitional build for the Warlock, because you're already using a lot of the skills that is related to the Warlock, including summoning Wraith, including the zombies, and also the skeleton mages. Now because we have hordes of summons, we don't have any problems in terms of single target damage, AoE damage, and also anything related to tanky because we are super durable. And this of course will allow you cruise your way through the game with the ability to blink through terrains with your skeleton mages, and also deals tons of fire damage, which is extremely enjoyable to play the Necromancer as a starting leveling character. Now over here, I have provided two versions of the leveling Necromancer for you guys. One with one unique, which can be really good if you find it in the early stage of the game, as early as level 5. If you don't have the relic, don't worry guys, we have it set up without using any relics. Now if you don't have the unique, that is okay as well. Getting something like this particular scythe over here will allow you to deal a lot of damage. And finally guys, if you are transitioning into the Warlock Necromancer, you will need to be at least level 65 for the helmet. And before getting the helmet, if you follow this particular endgame build, you will find yourself having trouble leveling the Necromancer. And this is one of the reasons I'm making this guide to present to you guys one of my favorite builds as the Necromancer with hordes of summons. Now before we jump into the build guide, what I want to do is I want to present to you guys 3 leveling methods, or maybe 2 leveling methods. So one of the fastest leveling methods I have learned with my friends is to have a friend to co-op and also power level. And 2 of those videos will demonstrate how to level from level 1 to level 50 and how to level after level 50. And together using those methods, I can easily reach level 80 within 1 hour. And this is incredible. Now do keep in mind your experience is capped before level 50, so I don't recommend using the second method until you get to level 50. So using the first method to level 50 within half hour, and the second method to level 80 within 30 minutes, and this is incredible. Now for the case you guys are having trouble finding a friend for co-op, I have a guide to find a friend. Yes, we also have a Discord channel available. And if you come over here to the chat, you can see people are looking for friends and also boosting each other, or helping each other, or just playing different corruptions in the game. There will also be the link to the official Discord as well for you guys to find a friend using those incredible leveling methods. Now of course, the focus at hand is how to level yourself as a Necromancer of course. So here I have perked out all the skills that is related to the Necromancer leveling, and one of the best ways to level the Necromancer is definitely with your summons guys. Right away at the start of the game, you have your skeleton summons. I recommend going into fire archers and go directly into archers. After that, perking into additional summons and also more summons means you have a horde of army. You can see in the display over here, I have over 10 summons over here. Second to that, if you get your bone golem, having the points into hunger means that you're unkillable in the early stage of the game. Simply turning your golem into blood golem and making this one hunger will be incredibly good. And in terms of mobility, initially you can use the skill transplant, and transplant will give you a small blink, but this one cannot go past terrains. So in terms of mobility, we're perking right away over here in terms of the blink teleportation with the summoning skeleton mages. And this allows me to blink over so many terrains. This will save you tons of time as you're doing the story, doing the side quests, or just traveling through the map. Now you can perk more points over here for minions to follow you, but they tend to catch up pretty quickly, so I save some points for more damage in terms of the skeleton summons. One of the biggest and also most powerful spell will be the Summon Wraith. We're converting the Wraith into fire right away. In the future, if you're planning to play the future Narcotic Wraith, you will be adjusting this accordingly after you reset your skills by getting your helmet at level 65. But before that guys, you can come over to fire and then perk your way into permanent summoning Wraith. and then perking your way into increased critical multipliers, which will be used for the early game build and also the late game build. A very good small trick over here is I can guarantee myself having 2 consistent fire worth, which will double my fire damage. So one way I'm doing this is, if you happen to find yourself one of those fire summoning worth idols, what you do is, notice I have 2 fire worth, that's how I'm summoning worth. Sometimes you have the normal necrotic worth, but if you keep summoning, you're gonna get 2 fire worths simply because of the increased chance of summoning fire worth. This is of course a little gimmicking, and I just change my idols, and this is actually pretty cool, right? So yes, having the ability to summon 2 flame worth will double your damage, because you'll be building for more fire damage while leveling. And the chance of getting 2 flame worth consecutively is pretty low just with the ranks over here. But if you do find yourself one of those idols, it will be perfect to get 2 of those. Just summon a few times and get 2 of those consecutively, and they will never die. Now finally, as zombies will give us additional summons in terms of the Skeleton Vanguard, it will be converted into flame damage, and it is pretty consistent in terms of damage. So build is very simple, it is automatic, and you'll enjoy the Necromancer as a zoo summoning Necromancer. In terms of the skills over here, I have perked more defensively while balancing for offense. And this will take you guys all the way to level 80 plus using this build if you're planning to farm for the endgame or getting enough levels for the endgame. Now we have explained the little trick of getting 2 of your summoning flame worth. Other than that, just jump around, you will get used to it. I don't have to press any buttons, I just have to move my characters around. 1 button guys, I just have to blink around. And yes, I can target command using the A, and A will tell my minion where to go, basically getting them to dodge out of big spells. And finally, if I press A on the target dummy, it will be tremendous damage single target, and your minions will do all the work for you. So the skill rotations is pretty much at the start of the fight, just summon all your minions, summon to the maximum, and then just blink around. It is amazingly good and very simple for leveling. And because of I can jump through terrains, it is really good. I love the jump terrain part. So if I'm standing here, if I press over here, I'm over there. And this allows you to save so much time while leveling as Necromancer. Now over here, I'll provide you guys with some small demonstration of the replay of the Necromancer. Now do keep in mind guys, the quality of the video recorder was not the best, but you get the gist of it. You can see I'm constantly moving forward, constantly blinking forward, and I'm not really pressing buttons. This AFK auto farming 1 button Necromancer is perfect for leveling. Again guys, I have tried to do a pure Necromancer in terms of the worth Necromancer before level 65, before the helmet. It was not good, and this is why I'm recommending using this build for any leveling for the Necromancer all the way up to level 80. Now if you guys haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so, because I'll be learning with tons of the top meta, top last Epoch build from different players in terms of solo and also in terms of co-op, to push for higher corruptions, 800, 2000 here, and also different ways of getting top leaderboard with arena with leveling. And in doing so, we'll be learning multiple builds from the best players in the world. So make sure you subscribe and join me on this adventure to learn with Last Epoch. And if you guys do have an amazing build, whether it's a fun build, it's a creative build, or maybe a top meta build, you can share with me on Discord, and I'll look into it, learn the build, and share with everyone on the Last Epoch community.
are you?